All right, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about probably a lot of stuff. Excuse me, but nothing's going to be scripted, of course, which implies what? A script. But been trying to figure out a way to talk about some of this because this is some deep stuff. But real quick, I want to say this. From December the 17th, my sobriety date, my birthday, until my birthday this year, this is what's insane because I don't do a lot of videos on numbers and gematria because people don't have it in here, even though that's how the world's set up. It's by numbers. And see, we've done videos on the currents and impulses and how everything has to do with water and power and charging and heavy stuff. And like this wheel right here has everything to do with everything. But in ancient times and still to this day, December the 17th is the beginning of Saturnalia, the festival, what they give you through Wikipedia and what we find through books. And then 12/7, we have Pearl Harbor Day. But, you've got 12 of these and 7 big boys in here. Saturn and then 7. So 12 and 7 has to do with that, which is big. All these numbers are big. And you've been trained and programmed to not venture out and read any books because they're satanic and they're bad. Satan. Even though that's who's telling you to not go look anywhere. So these numbers mean more than anything. And this is what's really, really, really flipping them right now is because they know I know. It'd be 9 years, 11 months, 21 days. And when we get into this, we already know about 9/11, 156 Prime, 21, 201 Jesuits, Blackjack, 21 gun salute. Everything that has to do with them has to do with those numbers. You've got the 911 call number, 9/11 happened. The Berlin Wall, what is it, November the 9th of November. It's big numbers. Big numbers. And I did a video a couple months ago talking about this current and this impulse that has to do with this that nobody knows about. And it has to do with Saturn, with the current. Because what the average person mind is going to see is just Saturn. It's just that. No. What we see with the little vibrating in the ring around it, that's something there. But if we're seeing that, which would be, in here on the outside, Saturn's going to represent everything in here. Everything in here. All of it. Saturn's Lord of the Rings. And most everybody's seen that movie. And then they'll say, no, they wrote that. You're a dummy. We don't have time to get into that. I just wanted to share something quick about what's going on with me because, it's very big. Because there's numbers are souls. Seriously. You got to have numbers in order to have black magic to work. Any kind of magic. And what's on all of these right here? Yeah, numbers. And addresses, social, checking, credit card, driver's license, bank account, checking, savings, children's birth certificates. That's how deep that this is. And that's how far gone that the average individual is. And then that's how we got to sort of it's impossible for most people, but I'll try to lay it out there anyways. We gotta go back through time. They tell you in their shows, tick tock, tick tock. What was that one with the ship? They're going back and forth in time. And then the other one before that where they'd be walking around, tick tock, tick tock. And then you've got tick tock because Father Time represents Saturn. It's all Saturn. Uranus and Saturn rule Aquarius. In this, Saturn for 1,000. That's why all leaders have talked about 1,000 points of light, 1,000-year reign, yada yada yada. It's because it's Saturn's time. Colors are blue and black. Blue on black. And then AC/DC back in black, no doubt. Gwen Stefani, the album The Return of Saturn. They even tell you in the name, The Return of Saturn. And it's this current. And see, you can't, that's what I'm saying, this is a combination. The combination lock on your locker in school comes from this. Because this is retro. We don't have time to get into this. But when this thing turns, which it does, and all this different shit is, in conjunction, squared, whatever, then they harness the unseen. So whenever you work numbers, because this is the ruler, comes from this. 12 inches, if you go get the 12-inch ruler, just roll it around in a circle, that's the 12 constellations. Show is. Every bit of this. That's what I'm trying to say. What we know is covered up underneath our feet. That knowledge was not just something that you learned, it was in you. People have no idea how far gone that they truly are. And I'm trying to build it up to where I can, it's not what's any physical person of Matt can even bring any of this shit to the surface. So what we're dealing with is me consuming sources of light, sun being one mainly, and moon at night, those orbs up there, learning somewhat of which lights pull the blossom out of certain flowers, blooms, the smells and fragrances, and how they work together in this field, and their cells, and you are too. And that's beyond anything that people can even comprehend because of this being that they are. All right, so you've got Time Magazine, which was founded on March 3rd, I think, or 30th. It doesn't matter, one or the other. It's 33 because it's a big ritual. They always do that. Okay, in their movies, Old School, the old white dude with the white hair. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. He represented Saturn. In Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, he says, somebody go get Mr. Black. He's the only one that can save Gotham. Yeah. And Bane tells Batman, he says, no, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to torture you. Your soul. And which is an impulse and a current, just like anything. And we're literally spit into this world to consume all this fake technology and use energy that we never even thought we even had, and never even try to spend it and then go back to the other side. And people can't understand why there's so much around them. So when we're looking at like world traders, like, why? Well, but there's something very important in us. See, it's this right here. It's that. This, look, that's no different than this right here. It's the same as the ocean. You can break down that and you'll have the same particles that'll be in that. And real quick, I'm trying to be tiptoeing around like, you're not taught swimming, which is insane. in any of the structures, but yet you're giving a bunch of number one movie sellouts like Jaws to keep you out, so you won't know that that's like, if you have a cut and get in there, it'll heal quick. Wonder why? Because it's fucking salt water. Why? Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Nobody can swim. So, once we can understand that very small example of one weapon to hold against the people and to create fear, through emotions, to where you would never want to. God almighty. What the fuck is this? Walking over. Quit. I'm making a video. Damn it. But this, that's where the soul is. Right here. So if we can create these individuals, through, we've got to get our substances in their blood, which would be them giving you images, seeing over and over and over and over and over, and now you're it. It's like, that's the quick watch. You're crazy. I think I'll lose my mind if I don't see that commercial at least 100 times today. I don't even know that I've seen it that many times, but I'm going to keep going with, I'm not going to pay attention and go watch it 100 more fucking times, be programmed me more just like a fucking dummy. And that's what they do. That's why not humans. Because the brain is a battery. But this right here is something that they have to get. See, you're going to have a different city, Goy, as opposed, which it doesn't matter because the cities were created, with more leisure, more fun stuff. Oh, that's where all the whores and bars and jobs and all kinds of, because you listen to old timers around here and they talk about, I had to go pick my granddaddy up down there in Chattanooga's whorehouse. Granny said to go get him. So they've been down there, which they couldn't grow cotton. Why couldn't you fucking grow that? Well, because then you'd make your own clothes and everything. And that's my own people down there. All of them. All races. So you can only do this and this and this. So we already know what it is. It's the traders. It's been set up. And then that poor shit down there they created, which is everywhere. And then there's going to be a city, some kind of nightlife, some kind of image. They're going to hear it on the radio, and it's going to be designed to be there in the city for everybody to flock there to the city. Just like a fucking power station. You're going to suck these Goy into these cities, and everything on the outskirts is fucking, they're like, oh, damn, there's a newspaper. It's real. That's it. There's TV and radio. Oh, God. And everything that's coming at them is from them. This new world, this new reset. And it doesn't matter within the cities, the stack and pack, the buildings. Look, I've got spearmint, bay leaves, yarrow, sage, chamomile, thyme. Right here. I got 5, 2, 6. I have 6 different beings of God right here. Growing around my geographical location. Okay, now look, here's a big building in a city. They might have a few plants and that's it. They're in walls, there's units, cells, rooms, whatever. You understand? And those individuals, doesn't matter what walk of life, they've been designed to depend on the mint of the government. The big boys, I'm going to speak in code a little bit. And then that's a cell within itself. That's a cell of, 400 or 500 individuals. And each cell in each city is controlled by the false, prophets designed by this entity that's, in the shadows, and then they're controlled by other individuals. So, from it doesn't matter. And see, in time, outskirts of the cities, once they laid railroad tracks, they started shipping individuals, setting individual spirits and beings up in different places to start ruffling it up in the South. And then in time, those generations grew into that, listening and, because there was a very hateful group of, they programmed people to be. It's just like now, this QB group, it's most Nazi racist shit ever. And they can't see it. And it's just how it is. They do that. And so when you're raised in this, walls, what's in there? Radios, newspapers, pamphlets, tablets, brochures, whatever. Magazines hadn't been around that long. But pamphlets and shit. So these cells are going to be controlled. And then you combine these cells and those minds are going to be the same fucking mind. And until it's time to where we have the technology to allow these dummies to go out to where, as long as the same way we control this, because now because people will live around this because there's going to be, shit. And this is just poor, rich, whatever. It's designed to suck them in. But it was set up by the controllers to begin with, the traders. This is a fucking corporation, buddy. This is generational fucking bloodline corporation fixing to come to an end. Literally. Like they have fucking lived off. They're social engineers. They tell you in AI Rising on Prime. The dude that's a woman. That's what I'm saying. Look, they live a different sex. Live a Jesus life. And die. They should fucking tell you something like, what? Yeah. And you cannot understand that. They never let you unlock something in your brain. Because you have no idea how important it is to know who the fuck you are. And you don't. You won't care. You'll just go, hey, Google. It's like, no, sorry. What's in here that I just did went into here. And then sent a signal to there. That's fucking was a signal sent from that sun through the field and then charged and then just went into me. And you're fucking insane. And you'll tell me I'm crazy because you're not real. And so, and then within this city, you're going to have the monetary system, which that's your money. Even in scripture, when it talks about wine is your blood. And truthfully, in scripture, it says, I've gave you all of the stuff and meat to eat as meat, like veggies and everything from the earth. Because everything like this turns to meat. This turns to meat. Look, I worked out. I was going into fitness. And you know what's protein? Not even real. You want to get real big, or eat a shit ton of broccoli. And they always tell you it's bad. It's like, no, it ain't. You're just like a fucking plant. If it's anything good, your body will just flush it through. I'd rather know that than know that anything that you eat in the system that you're in sits in the tummy of in the body cavity. You don't understand that. We can overload what we're made of. Flush it through. Overload on what we're not. Then we see images and shit saying, oh, you got this up? Yeah, that's generational blood. You're just genetics. No. This is fucking major social engineering. Has to do with goy. Very stupid goy. And then when we look at the unseen of it, it's even bigger. But I'm just trying to get a foundation in your head on, because even within the cities like this, both of these, and I know we all know people in them, and this ain't against them because they need to know, but that started out as just when you create a town or a city, You know, if there's not many people, it's like, hey, we're going to have to volunteer for what? Well, you know, there'll be fires and stuff. What do you mean? There's a fire right there. And then that's where all the fucking fear and all the shit begins. And then the generational ignorance of my great granddaddy helped build that church. No shit. Satan set it up. And they were taught just to read here. What is that? This is going to give you all the daily events. And then they, you know, had forced into this direction. But that started out as this people. And then as it grew, you know, they already had it. Because back in a long time ago, Caesar burned down everything if you didn't go with it. Just like Adolf, you know, he sent it was the Jesse's though. The story you get, we'll give you the real story of it. It was all designed anyways, but the Goy story is that he created shit to where the people submitted. Well, of course, but that's what they're doing now. And they had no idea in this setting all this up that in time. Because you can see some of these structures that these began, these are the fucking huge stones that we talk about. Huge shit. It's like, what the fuck? A horse and buggy did that? Oh, and the dummies already are eating popcorn going, no, we don't listen to Matt. I have a piece of paper that says I went to a university. We're going to watch yet another movie written by script, Black Magic Magicians. And we're taking those and we are fucking insane. And praise Jesus. Oh, it's the disgusting fucking spirit they've created. But the benefits of this, one of the easiest benefits is to never fucking have to work because they use us. But people, y'all don't understand the in-depthness of it. Think about it. It's the same everywhere on every any land they police. You know, sodas, cigarettes, and movies, NASA. It's Walmart. It's the same pills. McDonald's. When we all know it's fucking poison. But yet, everywhere you go, people have the what? The same billboards, the same signs, the same shit, maybe in different languages, but they're no different than you. You get up, it's there. You do not understand that, what I just said. It's there. It's right in front of you. You'll never see it. But you know, and then, I mean, sports, if you look at Rome, what they give you, that's what caused it to do what it did. Well, that, not really. I mean, it was designed to go. And then that's the Vatican. People can say, oh, it's gone. It's like Chromebooks, children, CH, Rome, C&H, 38, big number to these boys, big number. August is named after Caesar Augustus. January is named after Janus because of looking forward and backwards and to the year they created, not our year. My year ain't that shit. I celebrate that shit in March. You know what I'm saying? And the people don't know that. They have no idea who they are. But these, you know, World's Fairs, if you get into the World's Fairs, you'll start seeing the conditioning of this. That pops up, and then pennies, buddy, were being thrown out. What's that? That's what you're gonna pay with. That's Ahriman. It's gonna create more materialistic, intellectual, false fucking ideologies than you can ever possibly imagine. They're gonna create you to make you hold on to every fucking thing, and you're gonna find out how all that fucking shit you tried to hold on to is your demon when you die. Kills me. It's an impulse created. When they started throwing them pennies out in the World's Fairs, creating this monetary system that created an impulse in those children. a current sent to the brain, seeing all that shit. Oh, and then they let it flourish under the guise of, brands, which is the world traders. They quit branding them, and then they just started working for them, and they gave them fake money. And said, here, oh yeah, you can have all that and that. And then eventually, more people are born, more babies, and then more rebellions introduced through the radio waves, the newspapers, the stars, the resistance, created really tight. Don't do this, don't do that, and then slowly to where it's like a phoenix. It's easy to see it. I don't even see the timeline anymore. I see America as a phoenix now, seriously. And some of y'all get into that shit. Because the phoenix, it depends on how long, and depending on what we know, and what we do know is this shit's taking less than fucking 300 years for this phoenix cycle. And truthfully, they're just morphing it into it. It's happening. It's burning. But it's not like what people think. Like just... Because eventually the sources from Ra are raw sources. Which would be through the sun. Not anymore. It's through them. When they start cutting them because of the brands and the dummies that don't even know who they are. Which is a product from that dumb little dummy. Right here. That dumb little mindset got fucking, now we're 5 generations in. You see, so they're dummies. Doesn't matter who it is listening to whatever, they're dummies. And then eventually they're throwing all this technology. And then they're just engulfed by it, and it's just consumed them. The same way that the magnetic field saturates all life forms and does this. Look at this. There's the same way that all their fucking bullshit creates all this nonsense, which is this harmonic being, which is just, you gotta give it to them. Then again, you gotta give it to old drunk fucking Matt too. Look, like my Holly up there. Yeah, I'm surrounding myself. People don't understand that. You don't understand that. That's why they tell you to seal the doors. Seal it. You buy this plug-in. It's going. You need this machine. It replaces air with new air. That can't happen. Yeah, it's on TV, Matt. It's 3 payments, $99.99. Yeah. It can't happen. It is on fucking TV. Okay? And that's a being. That's a being of Ahriman. And look, that yarrow, I've been boiling it and putting it in my bath, and it's really helping, but I've been using my hands and wrist a whole lot to where I'm like boiling it now and just getting a bigger pot and putting my hands and just soaking it in it. If you don't know about yarrow, just research it a little bit. Gets in you, and it's one of the best things ever created from God. You don't know anything about. So we've learned a little bit about everything. We see why, we see how they've done it. And how Henry Ford and Thomas Edison did a 9-year or close to a decade trip from coast to coast to get the gas station set up, the sightseeing, the hotels going, these chains, all these links put together through this land, and then eventually from it, came all this. It's not hard to see it, and they're not even real. They're just names, and then they fucking here and there. What the? And then I know in all these old churches with their antennas, that's what drew the ether in, the ether, which is the air. It's electric. It charged these structures. So, anybody against me, it doesn't matter. You're against, you don't know who you are. So, real quick, we've learned how when we're creating cultures, you just control what's in there. You just force them into it. And these people in the cities, doesn't matter who they are or where they're at, they're all watching the same shit or reading the same shit at the end of the day. And then each section's created to have a little more racism here and here and here, and then they're all controlled by the false prophets, and it's like a big circuit board of evil. I love you.